Hey guys, I'm back, and I just wanted to do the second video of the series that I'm doing this week about back to school. And sorry, again, I'm in a hat and makeup list because that's how I roll on Mondays and Tuesdays. But I wanted to talk today about hair, and I actually specifically want to talk about that little note that you get home on a regular basis when school starts. You guys know what I'm talking about. I can't say the word, but I have some ideas for you all on how to use essential oils to prevent, you know, having to deal with that. So I'm going to do a couple things. First, I'm going to actually make a spray that you can spray on your kids' hair that will have oils that will hopefully deter. And then I'm also going to make a detangler today, because then you can also use a detangler and add those oils into that as well. So you could kind of get two purposes out of one. So I'm going to make both of those today and talk about those a little bit. But some other options too is that you could even take some of these oils and just add them to your shampoo and conditioner. So if you look at a lot of the shampoos and conditioners that are on the market for this issue, if you look on the back, a lot of them you'll see a bunch of essential oils. So, but they're super, super expensive. I know I've bought them in the past and they're super pricey. I think I've bought the hair detanglers, I've bought the shampoos and conditioners, and it just adds up to a lot. And so this way, you could just use whatever shampoo and conditioner you're already using, and you could add essential oils directly to it. And you kind of have created your own customized shampoo and conditioner that will have oils in that will hopefully deter. And so another way you could also use this spray is, again, spray the backpack, that kind of thing. But this will be a great spray to just spray on the hair before leaving for school, and then hopefully you won't have this issue that often comes up when school starts. So, excuse me. One of the main oils that is really good for this issue is tea tree. Some other ones are rosemary, eucalyptus, lavender, lemongrass, marjoram, peppermint, citronella, geranium. There's kind of a variety of them out there. Kind of be careful with like eucalyptus. It's safe. Like, we use it a lot, but for like little kids, you can get too much of that. So I am going to put just a really tiny bit of that in here. It's not going to bother kids being on someone's hair. But it's just one of those kind of oils. There's some oils that you have to sometimes be careful about with when you're talking like using a lot of. And anyway, so I'm going to use a recipe that calls for tea tree, lavender, rosemary. I'm going to add in a little bit of eucalyptus. And then it mixes with just distilled water, and plus some either vodka or witch hazel. The vodka and witch hazel help the oils incorporate into your spray, because oils and water don't mix. And so that's what they're for. And then the detangler I'll talk about here in a little bit. I'm going to start with this. So I have these little bottles. I have a variety of sizes. Same place as I got the roller bottles. Some of them I get from Amazon, some I get from lifesciencepublishing.com, abundanthealth.com. And these are just nice little sprays that girls can just put one on their dresser and just spray their hair before they leave for the morning. I think this one's locked. There we go. And then again, glass is good. If you have, hi honey. If you have essential oils, you want to have glass, or a really high-grade plastic. But like I said yesterday, you don't always know if you're really getting a high-grade plastic. So glass is best when you have oils.
I'm on a live stream.
I am on a live stream. You say hi, say hey. I'm making this for you and Keaton, for your hair.
Ooh.
Yeah. So say hi, Angie.
Hi, Angie.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
All right, babes.
Hi, fans of my mom.
Shush. You need to go finish putting away your clothes. Okay.
I already finished.
No, there's still a pile on the floor. We're all kinds of things we're got going on getting ready for school. Okay, so this is super easy. So I'm gonna actually put in the oils first, and then I'm going to put in some witch hazel and distilled water. I'm not gonna really measure. I'm just gonna kind of guesstimate. I'm gonna do 15 drops of lavender. and then 10 drops of tea tree. And you know, I'm trying to think of what size of bottle that this recipe was for. I might double it. We'll see. All the oils are strong, so I think they'll be just fine. That's about 10. Tea tree is a great oil. It's good for lots of things. It's good for skin health, and it's good for like blemishes. It's good for all kinds of critters. What are we doing? Let's do 15 rosemary. We use it a lot for skin. Has a very clean smell to it, but that's about close. And then I'm going to add a little bit of eucalyptus, and I'm actually going to add in geranium was one that popped up on a lot of the lists. It wasn't in this recipe, but I'm going to add some in because I love the smell of geranium, and it's really flowery, and obviously, but that way it'll make the hairspray smell a little bit better. That flowery smell mixed with that really clean smell of tea tree is going to be really yummy. Another good oil that's good for hair is cedarwood, but it's more for like hair health. So you could easily add that into this as well. You could add it into this spray, you could add it into the detangler, you could add it into your shampoos and conditioners. Like I'll often get like my shampoos and conditioners and they already have oils in them because I get them from Young Living, but I'll just say I'm going to add in some cedarwood and some other oils that are really good for hair health, and you can really do whatever you want, which is really nice. And that smells pretty good. I think I might add in a peppermint. See, this is what I do. I just start like mixing stuff. I'm going to put in a little bit of peppermint just because it's on a lot of the lists too. And peppermint is when I actually make just a peppermint spray bottle. It is one, I know we're talking about hair, but on the same note of dealing with critters, you can make your like a peppermint spray, just like water and peppermint. Put in a little like salt in there. You can do table salt or like Epsom salt so it mixes together well, and you can spray that around your house, and it will help prevent bugs from coming in because they don't like the smell of peppermint. So peppermint's a good one for this. Okay, so if you can see I have just a little bit in there, and I think I'm just going to do probably like 2/3 of what's left. I'm going to do water and then maybe 1/3 witch hazel. So I'll do the witch hazel first. And you can use vodka as well. The vodka helps the oils mix. But I just like to use witch hazel. We keep witch hazel around for lots of things. And I feel weird about using vodka for something that's going to be on my kids' hair in school. I know it should not matter, but it just seems kind of weird to me. So we like witch hazel. We'll get a bottle of witch hazel, and I'll add in essential oils that are good for skin health, like frankincense, geranium is a good one. There's lots of really good tea tree, and I'll put a bunch of oils in it, and then I'll just use that as, actually I made it for Keaton because I use the Young Living's toner, but then that will be, Keaton uses that as just her toner. So really easy and really inexpensive. So I'm going to try not to spill here. I'm just kind of guesstimating. I'm going to do about 1/3 of what's left, witch hazel. And then I'll just fill the rest with distilled water. Distilled water is always best. You could use tap water, but distilled water is always best. Again, that witch hazel is just helping the oils incorporate, because oils and water don't mix. That's why if you want to use essential oils to take a bath, like if you want to do like a detox bath or just a bath that has oils in it, you always want to add the oils to Epsom salts. Because that will help it disperse into the water versus just like settle on the top. And the Epsom salts are good for you anyway because it gets you the extra magnesium. Really good for detox. So there we go. So there's our keep critters away spray is what I'm going to call it. I'm going to mark it because I just found a bottle this morning that I didn't mark and I have no idea what it is. And that's sad because I'm sure there's a lot of essential oils in it. So, again, I got these labels from Walmart, from the Pioneer Women section near the jars, and they're made for like canning, and they're really great to label these because they don't smear. So there's that one. I also have it in the girls' room. They'll share it. They'll spray their hair down before they leave for the day. And it may not be, you never know, but it's at least a level of defense that they have against stuff that they're going to run into at school. Okay, the next thing I'm going to make is actually a detangler. And again, if you want to not have two separate things, like if your child also needs a detangler, you could just kind of mix these together, make the detangler, and then put the oils in the detangler that also have the ability to repel the critters. I'm just gonna make them both so you can kind of see how easy they are. This one the base of it is a mix of water and vegetable glycerin. You can get smaller bottles, but because I also use it to make my my laundry softener, I got a huge old jug here from Amazon. It's just a vegetable glycerin. Yeah, it's called Essential Depot Greener Life Essentials Vegetable Glycerin. And I got a lot of it, like I said, because I make my own water softener, and the recipe I had or my laundry softener, the recipe I had called for like hair conditioner, but that got kind of expensive, so that is a way better deal. So anyway, so the oils are for the detangler are lavender, rosemary, peppermint, and melaleuca. I got geranium again because I love it. So we are doing 6 lavenders, and again I'll put the recipes down below if anyone else wants to make these. There's 6 lavender. My daughter just got both my daughters got haircuts, but my youngest, they both have thick hair, but my youngest has really thick hair. And 6 rosemary. When she got her haircut, she got it thinned, which is a godsend, because it has always been, combing her hair has always been an issue, and now we don't even really need detangler as much, but it'll get used. And this is peppermint, 6 also. Melaleuca, 6 of that as well. And I'm going to add in 6 of geranium. So again, this also, oh, am I about out? This one also has a lot of the oils in it that you come across when you're looking for, maybe about out. Oils that are good for the things I mentioned before, when you get the note home from school. So like I said, you could easily combine these. I might be out. But we'll just use what's left. Okay, so a little tip, I can't believe I've used all of this. When I use up all of an oil, I keep the bottle. There's a couple things you can do. You could, when I get my new Melaleuca, I could add in like half a bottle, and then add in like olive oil, and then put you can get just the roller ball tops and create your own roller bottle. You can do that with any of these. What I do most often is I will just hold on to these. When I get a bunch that are empty, I get a big bowl of Epsom salts, and I take everything apart. So I take off the lid, I take off the topper, I stick them inside the salt, and it will soak up all the leftovers from inside, and then I put it in jars for bath salts, and I'll try to like organize them, so like I'll have some that are maybe more for stuffiness, or one for stress, and then I'll mark them, and then we have salts for baths or whatever. So that's a great way, and then you can still reuse the bottles or throw them away or whatever you want. Just a nice way to use up every little drop in there. So I'm going to add some geranium really quickly. Okay. So again, if you wanted to just not make the separate spray and just make the detangler, you could then add in the tea tree. And I would say probably add in the tea tree. The rosemary is already there. I'd say just add in the tea tree, and you're still going to have a really good combination of oils. for that purpose. And then we're going to do some vegetable glycerin, just kind of thick. This will help give it, this is what helps the detangling part. It's about 1 tablespoon, I'm just kind of guesstimating. And then just fill it up with distilled water and shake. You can add and subtract as much as you want. If you want to do more of the glycerin so it's a little bit thicker, if you want not as much, if you want to double the recipe, you can really do whatever you want. Okay. Smells really good. That geranium is awesome. The geranium mixed with the peppermint especially. I like florals with mints. Okay, and then you'll shake it up and then we're good. So now we have a detangler and we have a Keep Critters Away spray for the girls. So when school starts, they can just spray this stuff on their hair. This they could use, you know, after they've showered, but the Keep Critters Away spray I'd probably use just like right before they go to school. They could even kind of spray some on their backpack. They could even take it, spray their locker down if that's allowed. And hopefully that will just give you a fighting chance to not have to worry about getting that notification from the nurse or that letter home from school. So that is it. I think, if you do sadly get them, if you basically find out that you have little critters in the hair, there's a recipe. This is the book I recommend everyone get. It is so good. It's Essential Oils Desk Reference. It's for Young Living specifically. I mean, it has all kinds of oils in there, but it's specified to Young Living oils. But you can look up everything in this book. It's pretty amazing. So if you do happen to get one of your children ends up coming home with critters in the hair, they have a blend with 4 drops thyme, 2 drops lavender, 2 drops geranium you can use. And then what they say is to apply it or mix it with shampoo about 50 to 50, massage onto the scalp, cover with like a shower cap disposable, and leave on for a half hour. And then you can use to rinse. You rinse with, they have a Thieves mouthwash, which is full of oils as well. And then you massage that in and then rinse it all out. So that's a really nice natural way to deal with it if you do get them, versus like this talks about how the most common recommended remedy is lindane, which is a highly toxic polychlorinated chemical that's structurally very similar to hazardous banned pesticides such as DDT and chlordane. There was a doctor that he's the head of the Quebec Poison Control Center in Canada, has asked it to be banned there. And so, again, a lot of these medicated shampoos and conditioners and things have really not good stuff in it. And so it talks about how a 1996 study by researchers in Iceland showed the effectiveness against these critters of anise seed, cinnamon leaf, thyme, tea tree, peppermint, and nutmeg are some of the other oils that have been proven to be very effective. So again, just a nice natural way to deal with this issue. So that is it. That's just what I wanted to talk about today. Tomorrow I'm kind of excited because I'm going to talk about focus and energy, which is a big deal when you're talking about school, especially. A quick story, and I'll probably tell this again tomorrow, but my daughter last year, I made her a focus blend, and I'm going to make that tomorrow. The first day of school, I picked her up, and I'm waiting just to hear all the, how her friends are doing and all this information about her first day at school. And I said, how was your day? The first thing she said is, Mom, those focus oils really worked. It's the funniest thing ever because it made me so happy because she noticed a difference. So I'm super excited to share that blend with you tomorrow that we made last year. We're going to make it again this year. She took it to school with her, had it in her desk, and used it before tests and things. So I'm excited to talk about focus and energy tomorrow, and some of the different resources and some of the different products that Young Living has to help with those issues. They have supplements and they have oils and they have all kinds of fun things. So I say tomorrow, I'm hoping it'll be tomorrow, it'll be sometime this week, I'll be back, but that is the next topic. And so thank you guys again for watching. I don't think I had any comments or questions. Maybe just double check here. Nope. And hopefully we can have a whole school year without having a letter sent home from our teachers. So telling us to put our hair, or telling the girls to put up their hair up in ponytails. So I know we've all gotten that letter. So thank you guys so much and have a good day. Bye-bye.